To be able to communicate with Amazon Web Services, you must apply Amazon Web Services credentials to a Java SDK, for example, and you can do it in different ways. One of the ways is to use the default credential provider chain, and it is a recommended way. And a bit later, I will show you how to create a default credential profiles file, and this file will be used by Java SDK to load it, and it will use the access credential details from that file to authenticate with our account. Another way is to use a specific credentials provider, and you can create your own credentials provider. And another way is to supply credentials yourself. For example, right in the Java code, you can provide access credentials so that these access credentials are being used to authenticate with Amazon Web Services. And this can be a root access credentials, or it can be identity access management credentials, or some temporary credentials retrieved from Amazon Web Services security token service. And one very important note here is that for security reasons, it is strongly recommended that you use identity access management users instead of the root account to access Amazon Web Services. And in the following videos, I will show you how to create a new Amazon Web Services credentials so that we do not use our root account to work with Amazon Web Services. And it is this new set of Amazon Web Services credentials that we're going to create now, we will use to send email messages with the simple email service notifications. So to create a new security credentials, click on your account name, which is in the top right corner, and then click on My Security Credentials, as it is shown on my screen under the arrow number 2. When the page loads, simply dismiss any pop-up dialogues that might appear, and then click on the User section, which is on the left side of navigation menu. And when Users page loads, click on Add User to create a new user. On the Add User page, type in username, and then for the access type option, choose Programmatic Access. Now scroll page a little bit down and click on Next button to continue. To better organize users that we create, let's create a new group, and to do that, click on Create Group button. In the Create Group window, type in group name, which would make a good sense for you. For example, I typed in SES, which stands for Simple Email Service, and then -service-users. So once you typed in the name for your group, then let's filter the list of policies to list down only those that have to do with Simple Email Service. So type in SES and the list will be filtered. Then check the option which is called Amazon SES Full Access and click on Create Group button. Once the new group is created, select a group name and then click on Next button. Now review the username you have provided and the group name you have selected and click on Create User button. This page displays a confirmation message that you have just created a new user credential successfully. To reveal the secret access key, click on the Show link to which the arrow 2 is pointing. Then copy the value of access key ID and the value of secret access key into a new text file and save it for now. We will use these values to create a shared credentials file, which will be used to authenticate with Amazon Simple Email Service. And if you do not copy these values here now, there will be no other place to copy these values from. But you can always, of course, create a new user credentials if you, for example, misplace or cannot find these access credentials of this user.